Hey y'all, be reacting to Serial Experiments Lain episode 13, and I'll be starting my reaction from the 30-second mark in 1, 0, go. Alright. Excited to see what the last one's gonna have. Really? Oh. Okay, at the very least. Nah, I'd say. But even then, that is technically means that there is a will her, though. I think she's just having a negative perspective right now. But I kind of like that, though, showing you that she's going through a really, really interesting identity crisis right now. Kind of interesting way of starting off the episode, though. Normally you'd get like the laughter, then it goes straight to the opening, but this time it's just going straight for the episode. You know, actually, looking at this opening, it's really nice how it foreshadowed that all this time she could actually be anywhere in the wild by having her show up in those multiples of the television monitors, actually. I even like how during the opening it even shows off some of the nights. Well, not some of the nights, but it showed the kid of that woman who was a knight, too. And speaking of which, I've noticed this series hasn't really made it subtle that she likes bears. Even when Alice found her, she still had some toa bears. Which, hey, because some people have their animal preferences. That's actually something we haven't really seen much in the series, crows. I wonder what that could potentially symbolize. And I guess there, that final image in the opening's gotta represent her being almost anywhere in the wired too. Oh, okay, never mind. Guess we're gonna get a continuation off of that cliffhanger. Honestly, if Alice does get through all this, she's probably gonna need years and years of therapy to just fix all of this. And I wouldn't blame her, because anyone in her spot, with all the crazy shit she's seen, would need that. Aww. Honestly, she looks like she's at the point of even questioning life. Whoa! You know, all things considered, honestly, it's not really her fault. It's just the shitty circumstances. And I don't blame Alice for going through that outburst. I mean, all things considered, her life was in danger in this instance. So I could see why she would have lasted out like that. And that's really nice, though, to get to see Lain actually apologize. All reset, return. Wait, what? Are we going to actually have a time reset? Ah. I hope not. I mean, then again, if they handle the time reset right, then that wouldn't be so bad. And it's not like it hasn't been foreshadowed too that Lane's abilities to manipulate the past, so or manipulate information. I mean, hey, it's her parents. It's not really telling them the whole world. If the mother just says it to her husband, I'm just saying. It's actually nice to actually see him get to act normal again, but hmm. I'm wondering, did Lane erase herself from everyone's memories when she reset time? It feels that way. And if that's the case, that would actually be a pretty sad ending there. I mean, Lane. I meant to say Lane. It'd be sad if she actually did take away every memory that people had of her. Whoa! That is definitely some upbeat music. Yeah, I guess that's probably what happened because everything seems happy. She's probably gonna feel something's missing. Aww. Oh, wait. Wait, so that means Lane is still. Oh. I mean, hey, I mean, at least it's nice to get to see. Hmm. Nah, she should still try. Aww. But yeah, she probably felt something. That's sad though, like, no one remembers Lane. But I guess this is probably the only natural solution. Kinda looks like a gun there. Whoa. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Can't leave the person waiting. Aww. I mean, that's cool that it's a happy ending for everyone else, though, but it's bittersweet, though, because the character I cared about the most didn't end up with a great ending. But you know what? Not everything can be a happy ending. So I understand that. And I'm noticing too, even the colors are brighter too in this specific episode. Probably, yeah, the two that I've always been that we're keeping watch on are Lain. Oh, this remember never happened. I wouldn't necessarily be in agreement with that, but I could see why people could take it that way. And rewrote she did. Oh, I've actually been wondering when we're going to actually hear that. Oh, now this looks like the opening of all the usual episodes, too. We got the people walking in the street, the lights, someone waiting for a narration to show up. I'm assuming she's all by herself now. It probably was at that moment of time, but now she's suffering the ramifications of her actions. I mean, she's not wrong either. Yeah, but she's receiving no love either. I wonder if she's gonna go for the. Hmm. Dang. Hmm. She isn't wrong. Information can easily be changed, but. Hmm. That is a good question. That kind of just trolling us. Hmm. Nothing wrong with having a dead set stance on the world, though. Still, something really messed up to boast about. Uh, hmm. Kind of like. Also, the subtle messages having a lot of power can be pretty heavy, and it would weigh heavily on someone's shoulders. Oh. What in the. What in the. Okay, now we could be talking to her. What the fuck? How's that even possible? Huh? Wait, how did he even show up there? Huh. Hmm. That still makes me wonder, how did the dad show up there, though? Or could it just be a figment of her imagination, too? I could see why the memories could be a perspective of tomorrow, considering that a lot of people plan for the future. Sometimes days, years, months ahead of time. Hmm. Hmm. Wait, did someone actually notice Lane's presence? Wait, could that be an older Alice? Hmm. Oh, so it's gotta be. Oh. Well, so it was. It's nice to actually see her, to actually make herself. Right. Okay, at least she actually decided to step into the actual world for a bit. Hmm. Huh. I'm not should be referring that to. Maybe Alice in a subtle way? Ah. Damn, I really wanted to see more. Gotta say though, I really dug the ending though. It was pretty satisfying. I thought it, for the most part, tied up loose ends. And at the very least, it does show that Lain isn't just gonna limit herself into just staying all by herself. I like how at the end of the episode she just, at least it's implying that she's decided for herself that being around the actual world is much more gratifying than just being a watcher. So I kind of like that. Kind of making the point that if someone does have a lot of power, it's better to utilize it to try to help out instead of just being there, just an observer, to be assertive in life. I feel that's one of the subtle messages in this episode. Then aside from that, from a narrative standpoint, it was really well done. Thought this episode was 9.5 out of 10 worthy. Really dug it. I thought it did well from that standpoint too, from a character standpoint, because it was nice to actually get to see the character development for Alice, and then additionally, even though she didn't get her memories of Lain, at the very least there were signs showing you that she felt something every single time she saw Lain in this episode, and I really dug that, showing you how deep their bond really was, even though it didn't end off in an amazing note. And that's another thing I also enjoyed about this episode too. Then on top of that, I gotta say, it was actually nice to get to see Lain go through some character development too, deciding not just to be a watcher, but to at the very least visit the world. That was nice. Actually seeing her take action into her own hands. The animation art in this episode were beautiful. And that's why I really dug the opening. Yeah, it wasn't like the super happy ending I would have hoped for, but it wasn't super depressing. I thought it was balanced, because at the end of it all, Lain did have to give something up, and she had to give up those wonderful memories she had with Alice. That was what she really had to give up. But at the end of it all, at the very least, Alice ended up with a happy life, and she did deserve to have that. So I could say that's why it was a mixture of happy and sad. And at the very least, the whole water situation was resolved, and all the people that died throughout the series didn't die. And that's what I really enjoyed about this episode. And that's why I felt it did a good job of giving at least an ending that felt earned and deserved, especially after all the struggles the characters went through. And I'd say overall, I really dug this series. I actually if I were to rank it on my top anime of all times list, this would definitely be up there in my top 25, top 50 animes of all time for sure. Really dug it. It was a nice mind trip. And this anime was memorable. And I definitely recommend any of y'all who haven't seen it, check it out. It is pretty lit. Was consistent from start to finish. And actually dealt with the difficult task of at least explaining the majority of the questions and that were brought up in this series at the very least, and how all the strange phenomena were mostly just due to the Wired and all that, and slowly the Wired bridging the gap between reality and the Wired world. So I kind of like that, how it just put everything neatly together in the last 3 episodes, and everything, well, at least most things made sense in the series at the end of it all. And that's what I really like. Well, yes, I do feel the series could have fleshed out things a bit more in regards to how Lane's sister and mother felt about her. I kind of felt kind of rushed things a bit there. But save for that, this series was greatly done for the most part. And I love what it really, really did. Because aside from that, there wasn't much to almost. I mean, yeah, I guess there was that one episode that had an 11-minute recap. But for the most part, it did things really, really well. And I love this series, just its mystery, the emotions I felt watching it, and all of its messages, which include from don't go in excess when it comes to using tech, to being careful what you put out there, towards absolute power can corrupt and you have to be careful when handling it. It just had a lot of themes that